Today we're going to build up to crow pose. We're going to start sitting on our heels, knees together, hands on your knees, and close your eyes. I love doing a peak pose class because you build up some muscle memory and muscle awareness, make the pose a lot more accessible for you. So if you've never done crow pose before, maybe today's your day. If you are a crow pose expert, maybe you will just learn a few new things. And do some shoulder shrugs. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, roll your shoulder blades down your back, rolling the shoulders forward, back and down, and then reverse direction. And just creating some mobility in the shoulder joint. Drop right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Bring your chin to your chest one more time, right ear to right shoulder. Bring your chin to your chest. Last time, left ear to left shoulder. Release the tension, chin to chest. Reach your hands out in front of you, shoulder distance apart for child's pose. Send the hips back over the heels, top of the head or the forehead, resting on the ground. This first child's pose is going to be passive, so just let the back muscles release, sink into the hips. And here in a moment, we're going to activate our child's pose. But for now, let gravity do the work for you. Next breath in, you'll lengthen your spine, look forward, and exhale. Walk your hands to the right, shift your hips off to the left for a nice side stretch. And take a few breaths here. Inhale back to center, and exhale, walk your hands to the left, hips to the right. Just a gentle spinal warm-up. Release those back muscles. Also really important for crow. Inhale, hands back to center. I'm going to do a little activation here. So palms are about 6 inches in front of your knees. You're going to tuck your tailbone, squeeze your abdominals in, press into the tops of your feet, drop the head, lift the knees. Squeeze with your abdominals, exhale, release the knees back down, shake it out, and kind of come forward a little if you need to, take some pressure, but we're going to do it again. So round your spine, tops of the feet press into the floor, knees come up. And they don't have to be up as high as mine are. Exhale, release. I'm going to do it one more time and add on a little bit if you're feeling it. So go and press the knees up off the ground, and this time, if you feel it, lift the hips up. Exhale, release, and we're going to come forward to tabletop pose and take cat and cow here. So inhale, arch the spine. Exhale to cat, round the spine. Inhale, arch the spine, create length. And exhale, round, press the ground away. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, round, drop the head. Spinal twist. Inhale, lift right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread it under the left arm. Keep pulling the right hip back. You can walk the left fingertips to the top left corner of the mat. And walk your left hand back in, press into it, back to table. Inhale, left arm reaches up, and exhale, thread it under the right arm. So dropping onto the left ear and the left shoulder. And extend those right fingertips up overhead if that's comfortable. Just make sure both hips are even. And walk your right hand back in, press up to tabletop. We'll do a little shoulder work here. So exhale, retract the shoulder blades, chest is down a little forward. Inhale, protract the shoulders, press the ground away. Exhale as you retract, inhale as you protract. Exhale, retract, down a little forward. Inhale, press the ground away, all the way from your shoulder blades. Exhale, retract, belly draws in. Inhale, protract. Hold the protract here, and inhale, move the shoulders forward. Exhale, draw them back, but keep the protract. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale, draw them back. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale, draw them back. You're doing good. Inhale, shoulders forward. Hold it forward. Keep breathing. Shoulders are protracted. Gaze is down at the ground. You can do it, almost there. Exhale, come back to child's pose. If that was too much on your wrists, you can just stay in place. And if you're in child's pose, come up, shake out your wrists. So if your wrists are sensitive, keep the knees down here. But we're going to build up to toe point plank. So shoulders are protracted, keep the toes tucked under, and come up to plank. So it's plank, but we're on the tops of the feet here. It's like you're dragging your hands and your toes towards each other. Exhale, release. Back to sit on your heels, flick out your wrists. Shake them out. And do toe point plank again. So shoulders so far forward that your hips, your knees come up off the ground. Keep breathing even while you're holding. Exhale, release. Shake out your wrists. I'm going to do one more toe point plank. We're going to add on so you can stay here or walk the tops of your feet in. Knees are together. Draw your knees in. Try not to press into your feet, but lift from your abdominals. Exhale, set your bum down. Shake out your wrists again. So remember, we're building the muscle memory for crow. So come to a little squat, knees join in together. Palms are in front of the knees. I'm going to shift our weight forward and come to the tops of the feet here. Keep drawing in your abdominals, shoulders shift forward, protract. Exhale, release. And come back to tabletop. Exhale as you draw the left knee in. Inhale, reach the left leg back. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, inhale it back. Exhale, left knee to nose, inhale as it reaches back. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, inhale back. Knee to nose, reach it back. Knee to tricep, reach it back, and release it down. Same thing other side. Exhale, right knee to nose, inhale, reach it back. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, inhale, reach it back. Knee to nose, reach it back. Knee to tricep, reach it back. Exhale as you squeeze. Inhale as you extend. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend, and release. Good job. So you can stay right there. No need to go further. Shake out your wrists again if you need. Or we can take it a little bit harder up to a full plank pose. So repeat that if it's too much. Or you can come up to plank. So you're in plank here. Left knee to nose, inhale, reach it back. Left knee to left tricep, inhale, reach it back. Knee to nose, reach it back. Knee to tricep, reach it back. Keep breathing. Exhale, knee to nose, inhale, reach it back. Exhale, tricep, and release. And we'll do the other side. So right knee to nose, inhale, extend. Right knee, right tricep, inhale, extend. Knee to nose, extend. Knee to tricep, extend. Knee to nose, extend. Tricep, extend, and release. I was feeling it, so if you are, then that's good. You're building some strength. And shake out your wrists for a moment. We're going to come forward and do some push-ups. I left my knees down, but you can do it from a full plank too. My elbows will go straight back. Exhale as you lower, inhale, press back up. Exhale, lower down, inhale, press back up. Little chaturanga push-ups. Exhale, slowly lower, inhale, press up. Exhale as you lower down, inhale, back up. One more, exhale, lower down, inhale, back up. back onto your heels and shake out your wrists. You're going to come to a squat, so come up onto your feet, separate your feet a little wider than your hips, knees and toes in the same line. And for this squat, you want to get as deep into those hips as you can. I'm grabbing my block so you can see. If your heels are not on the ground, you don't just have your heels propped up on, I probably should have grabbed a blanket, but you can have your heels propped up on something. If your heels don't reach the ground, that's fine. Just focus on letting those hip flexors squeeze. Really squeeze the knees onto the triceps here. That's really important for crow pose. Really, really squeeze and reach your arms forward, shoulder distance in front of you. Spread your fingers, protract the shoulders, firm your abdominals. Engage just between the hands. Inhale, palms back to center. And come off the blocks or the blanket. And we'll roll down for some core work. We're going to do little bakasana crunches. And draw your knees in towards your chest. And if you see what I'm doing with my hands, I've got them on my hip bones so that I can feel whenever my knees draw in the connection between my thighs and my hip bones. And you really want a deep compression in your hip joint. So draw those knees in real deep, lift your chin up towards your knees, palms reach forward. Arms are straight, gaze is up. If it's too much on your neck, you can put your hands behind your head. Exhale, release down. Take a short rest. We're going to go up again. Inhale, reach up. Big squeeze with your abdominals. Squeeze your knees in towards each other. Exhale, release. Arms reach up. Last time. So knees squeezing in together. Abdominals are firm. Keep breathing. Exhale, release. And separate your knees wider than hip distance apart and reach the hands between the knees. So exhale as you crunch, inhale, lower down. Exhale, crunch, inhale, lower down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Keep crunching. Exhale, inhale, lower down. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, lower. And we've got one more and we hold it up. So squeeze the knees on the triceps, reach with the arms. Good job. Exhale, release. I'm getting ready to, we've done crow in about every direction except for the one where we're on our hands. So we're going to do that next. So if you have a fear of falling forward, just put a blanket or put some pillows, whatever you need, right in front of you. Something soft to fall on. And we'll have our blocks or books, or maybe a little step stool, something nearby that can give you some height. So for crow pose, arms will be shoulder distance apart. And walk the feet out back to that squat position. Sink into the hip joints. Really sink back. Sink into those hips. Knees squeeze onto the triceps. Arms stay bent for crow pose. Keep your arms bent. Protract the shoulders. Start to walk forward onto your tippy toes. Shift the weight forward. And keep squeezing here. Just hold it. Lift the right toes up towards your glute. Set them down. Left toes up towards your glute. Set them down. Keep alternating, or if you want, very, very slowly, shift the weight forward. Weight shifts forward. Top of the head on the ground, and both heels come up. The toes are pointed. Draw the feet in towards your glutes. Top of the head's on the ground. Shift your weight back. Press into your shoulders. Press, press, press. Back up to that squat. So that's a really good strength builder. And it's good to have your head on the floor. If you're afraid of falling, well, you're already there. So so keep repeating the strength builder if you'd like, or to try the full pose, to come back to your hands onto your toes, elbows are bent, and you shift your weight forward like a little teeter-totter. Lift one foot up towards the glute, then the other. Toes are pointed. Firm your abdominals. And when you're ready, exhale, set back down into your squat. Shake out your wrists a little bit. And we're going to grab our blocks to give us a little extra height. Try crow again. So we'll use those blocks now, your book. Something to give you some height, about a little wider than hip distance apart. You're going to come to your squat on the blocks. So come to your squat, and you see whenever you're on the blocks, you don't have as far to shift forward. Your hips are already pretty high up. So, and just see how this does for you here. So start shifting the weight into the arms and lift one of the feet off the blocks. Come back to your squat and shift forward onto your arms, and the other foot draws in towards the butt. And come back to your squat. Should have felt hopefully a little easier being up on the blocks. This time shift forward and maybe both feet come up off the blocks. Remember, elbows can be bent here. Elbows can be at 90 degrees. And make sure your shoulders are no lower than your elbows. Come back to your squat and shake out the wrists. And you can press pause and try that as many times as you want to. It's really, really fun. We're going to come to a chair pose. So move the blocks out of the way. And we're actually going to have this chair. Feet are hip distance apart. Middle toes are parallel. And set your hips back so thighs are parallel to the floor, and reach the arms forward. We'll try to get your belly onto your thighs, and then squat as low as you can. And we're going to take a variation on crow. Not a variation, it's another pose. It's called crane. So in crow pose, elbows are bent. In crane pose, elbows are straight. So listen to your wrists. Make sure you're not doing this if your wrists are feeling any pain. Stick with crow. But if you'd like to try crane, elbows are straight. Knees have to be up in the armpits as high as you can. Firm the abdominals. Protract the shoulders and set it down. That is a very, very hard pose. So wherever you got to today, just be proud. And shake it out. As poses come and poses go. And just come to an easy seat. Rest. Notice if there's any tension anywhere you can release. I'm going to come to a lunge. Left foot steps forward. And we're going to hug that left knee as we drop the right hip towards the ground and twist, look towards the right toes. And just let the front of the right hip release. Inhale, come back to your low lunge. And you can stay with your fingertips on the ground or reach the arms up and overhead. I did a lot of squeezing of the front hip joint today, so there's just some release for it. Now switch to the other side, so right foot is forward, hug the right knee with right elbow, and drop the left hip down towards the ground. And look over to those left toes. And just breathe and release. And come back to your low lunge. Square to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. But you don't have to be this steep if it's too much. And just release in the front of the hip. We'll release that pose. Walk the feet underneath you. And roll onto your back. And take a supported bridge pose. So feet are hip distance apart. And if you don't have the blocks, you can just use your hands. You can use whatever is available to you. You'll place a block just right on the flat part of your low back. It's not on your glutes. It's just resting on that flat part. And just let the front of your hips release. And press into your heels. Remove the props underneath you. And bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees fall open to the sides. Right hand on your belly, left hand is over your heart, and eyes are closed. One of the most important actions in crow pose is not to be afraid to shift your weight forward. You're shifting so far forward that your lower body just lifts off the ground. So the wonderful thing about video is you can repeat this video as many times as you like. Whenever you're ready, stretch your feet out long. Stretch your arms out by your sides, palms face up. And take your rest. Release any tension, your jaw, and your face, your neck. Anywhere in your body you notice any tension, just let it go. When I first started yoga, I would get so frustrated by all the poses I couldn't do. And now I enjoy trying poses I can't do because sometimes you surprise yourself. And that's the whole goal. So I hope you had fun trying this today and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste.